Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Business Growth Hub and the What Online Global YouTube channel. And we're just going to wait for my special guest to hop in, and he's done some amazing stuff. Some of you may know him, and others may have never stumbled on him before. I'm just going to check in on the iPad. If you are on the live, then drop me a comment and allow StreamYard access to your feed so that you can comment and I will see exactly who it is too. So let me know if you're there, and then I will get Brandon in and make sure that we are rocking and rolling. Can people make sure that they drop me a comment and let me know that they are seeing me, because I can't tell yet. Hope you've had a great week. Somebody's there. I can see somebody's there. I don't know who it is exactly, but we'll find out in a second. Right, okay, here we go. Turn the sound down on that. And then I think I'm getting comments. All right, okay. Hey, Benjamin, good to see you. And how do I now get back to the screen? There we go. Right, okay. So if we just wait for Brandon to pop in, then we are good to go. It's got subtitles on somehow as well. I didn't turn that on. I've no idea how, but anyway, let's get going. Brandon, can you hear me? Can you hear me from the other side of the world? I did interview Brandon last year, and if you don't know the concept of the Back to Your Future interview series, it's a social experiment that it was a brainchild. I watched the Back to the Future TV series and thought, yeah, that's interesting because, or film series, and thought that's so interesting to be hopping around in time, isn't it? And I just thought that's incredible because, hey there, Roosevelt. Good to hear you. Good to see you there. And I thought I'd love to interview a group of entrepreneurs now to find out how they arrived at the current point. This was back in end of 2019. And then I'd like to interview them every year for 5 years and see what's happened in their lives, see how they have transformed from where they were to where they were getting to, or whether it was even where they wanted to go. Hey, I can see Brandon's there, so I'm going to bring him in now and I can then stop waffling. But yeah, the concept is just insane. And I hope that a lot of people are gaining massive benefit from it. Brandon!
What's up, man? How you doing?
Yeah, really good. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
I was waffling and explaining what it was all about before you came on. So I haven't actually told them any of your backstory yet, so they can check out last year's interview. I can't believe it's been a year.
Oh, it goes by so quick.
It's insane. So we met in one of the ClickFunnels groups and we got chatting, and then I kind of liked the way that you operated, and we're both in real estate as well, which is another income stream and an insanely good income stream. Oh, yeah. So if anybody's thinking outside of the online space, seriously look at real estate as well. And anybody that's in Bitcoin, if you're making that much money, put it into properties.
No, it's funny because I was talking to someone about this earlier. Is like anything I make online, if that's like Bitcoin, if that's any kind of income I use online, I invest offline. And I am consistently always buying real estate because it's a really long-term vehicle and there's just so many benefits to it.
Yeah.
So I'm a big believer in it.
Totally. And so, yeah, we got chatting, and you then told me about some of the SaaS software that you'd created, and that's just insane. I don't want to go into too much detail because that's part of the questions that we're going to dive into as well. We've got not tons of people. We've got people on the line. We've got people on YouTube. So hopefully we'll get questions from those guys as we're going through as well. So if I keep looking down, it's because of that. But so what I want to know is what's been going on? Was 2020 good for you? We've been in a global pandemic, but when I've seen some of your stuff, you've been saying, I'm out there buying stuff. I'm out there creating stuff. So what's been going on?
Oh man, so much. So it's funny because at the end of 2019, I was actually moving from California to Texas at that time. And so we moved to Texas. We are in the middle of purchasing our dream home, so to speak. So that's being done here in 2 months. I think at the end of 2019, I also purchased a 4-unit. So that was another asset we added to our portfolio. But in 2020, man, I just started kind of doing the online space. I was a personal trainer before all this. In the end of 2019, I gave up my 6-figure fitness company and moved to Texas and started all over and wanted to get into the whole online space. And so I got into the online space. I started off, as a lot of people do, as like affiliate marketing, and really thought it was very saturated for the things that I was kind of getting myself into. And from there, I got into SaaS. I ended up selling one of our pieces of software called the Superhero Toolkit for quite a bit of money. And then we reinvested that money into other SaaS products. So we actually created a CRM tool for Facebook. We have a link tool. We have some Instagram tools and some LinkedIn tools. So all sorts of different products now that allow us to make recurring income. I call them like almost digital real estate, because rent's due every single month. And the way you can leverage it is just, there's so many different ways, just like real estate. Like you can flip software, you can build it up and sell it as its own asset. There's just so many different ways. But with software, like there's not a limit of how many people you put into it, like a house is. So it's very scalable. I fell in love with digital real estate. We own quite a few products now, and 2020 was an amazing year, and now it's just getting even better.
Awesome. And the thing I like about what you started with your SaaS, which other people aren't doing, is you allow people to white label it for themselves.
Yeah. So
I
think that it takes the pressure off of me in a sense, because I don't have to do the customer service. So it kind of frees up my time. Plus, they're renting it in a sense, so they're able to use our product and kind of add it to their own portfolio and increase their offer. Allows a lot of info product people to add a recurring element to it, because a lot of people, when they get into the info space and the knowledge base, once they kind of take the course, like that's it, and it's just that one-time payment. But if you have a SaaS product or just a software that's reoccurring, you're able to continuously grow each month, because the more customers that you bring on, you're not starting over every single month. You're building upon what you previously did the previous month. So you kind of have a snowball effect. And the more people you can get on, the more you can invest your money to buy more income producing assets. And it just keeps growing and growing.
I love it. That's an insane operating model that more people need to implement themselves. Okay, so we've got a bunch of questions. I want to know what's been going on in the previous 12 months. And then obviously in this social experiment, we're going to look ahead 12 months as well. 2021 is going to be exciting for a lot of people too.
Oh, yeah.
So in the last 12 months, was there anything that you stopped doing because it wasn't a really efficient use of your own time?
Yeah, I do a lot of the behind the scenes now. So I'm not on Facebook as much. I'm not posting as much. I probably post once every 3 days. I don't do a lot of the other social media platforms. I'm not doing my podcast that often anymore. It's just because a lot of that just eats up all your time. And it's really not things that are generating a profit in a sense. They're there to take away your time. And so once I hire a social media manager who will handle all that, I can just create content and they can distribute it versus me actually distributing it. So I would say I've been only really focusing on Facebook and doing a lot of the behind the scenes, like consulting, like looking at different revenue streams that we can start investing in. That way, that's taken up most of my time now, and I've got away from a lot of the things that actually don't move the needle.
Yeah, I love that. And that's exactly what I'm trying to focus on now myself, because I put up there yesterday actually, and it didn't get as much traction as I would have hoped, because, hey, it's the good morning crew that just want to say, hey, good morning, happy Monday, right, and add no value whatsoever. But it's basically, what are you using your time for? It's very precious. Just think about it. If you earn $50 an hour, $100 an hour, and you've just spent 2 hours searching through Facebook, scrolling through Facebook, posting happy Monday or whatever it is, you just wasted $100, $200 on doing that. So yeah, focus on the revenue generating tasks. Love it.
Yeah, or they're using our software to do it, because some people use our software to use engage others, which just kind of plays the priming the algorithm where they just automatically post some people. So it could be that. But yeah, just like you said, like it was funny because I had my my in-law, my father-in-law, he was like, why don't you just do your taxes yourself? And I was like, well, I could hire someone to do that for me, because I don't know. Do you know how long it would take me to fill out all the different forms? It would take me hours and days, if not weeks, because I would be like, oh, what is this form? Subtracting, make sure the numbers are all right. And I'd rather hire someone to do that so that I can leverage my time. And just like you were saying, like you need to know what your time's worth.
Yeah, totally agree. So last year, was there anything that you learnt from a failure? Did you have any failures last year? Big things that you thought, actually, yeah, could have done that better, should have done this differently? Was there any of that?
I would say, man, I don't think I had any failures, but I could definitely say that one of the big things I would consider it a failure. Like I started a partnership with someone, it didn't turn out as well as I hoped. He actually ended up ending it, which was really good actually on our part, because it was going to be 3 of us. He ended up leaving because he just, I don't know, he had an issue, and the 2 of us continued on. And now we're doing really, really well. So he kind of missed out, but it is what it is. But actually, when I look back, I'm glad that it happened the way it did, because it would have actually taken away from what we're doing.
Yeah, totally agree. And some things aren't meant to be, you know, and it's fine. You can just part ways, no hard feelings, try again, or try with somebody different. And you don't fit with anybody, and that's absolutely fine, isn't it? So, okay, so has there been any new kids on the block in the last 12 months that you think, I like what they do? They're standing out from the crowd. I want to either collaborate with them or learn from them. Or is there anybody out there that you've taken an interest in what they're doing?
Man, that's a great question. I kind of stay in my lane. I kind of don't focus on a lot of other people. If I were to say anybody, it would be Taylor Welch. I'm a big fan of Taylor. He is, I wouldn't say he's up and coming. He's definitely up and going. His traffic and secrets business is booming. They're now investing in real estate. He's an 8-figure business owner. So he's someone that I highly respect. He was actually on my podcast probably like a month ago or 2, and really great guy, really knows his stuff. So I would say if you don't know who he is, you definitely need to see what he's doing and model him, because he just does amazing stuff.
Nice. I love that. Yeah. And it's someone that I haven't heard of, because there's so many people out there, and you find that when you are in the affiliate marketing space or the online marketing space, it's all the same people that keep coming up that everyone recommends. But actually, there are plenty of other people out there that are just on the fringes that, you know, everybody knows Blake Newbar. He's doing really well, and everybody knows some of the other big guys. But yeah, okay, great tip. Next question. Last year, we talked around how people go about the online marketing, affiliate marketing space in the wrong fashion, in the wrong manner, doing it all wrong. Are we still seeing that, or are things getting better, do you think?
I think that a lot of technology and courses and everything's changing so rapidly. I noticed that a lot of people in the info space, that's kind of becoming a lesser of a market. In my personal opinion, I don't know if it's true overall, because I haven't really dug too deep into it recently. But I've noticed that a lot of people, they'll join an affiliate program and they'll wonder why it's not getting results. And it's typically not because of them. It's because the program has been around for a while now, and it's already saturated where everyone knows of it. It's not this new shiny thing anymore. Everyone is kind of seen it already, so they're not like impressed. I can name a few programs, but I won't. But I've seen a lot of that happen, where they join a hyped program, which is not hype anymore for people that have actually been in the industry for a little bit. So it's really hard to sell something like that. That's kind of like selling Amway today. Everyone knows what Amway is. Yeah. but it's kind of like, well, why would I join that? There's way better opportunities, especially for people that have joined in the affiliate space. Also, like to go back to what I was saying about info products, a lot of people are kind of over the info products because, in my opinion, it's because a lot of people just don't go through the material and don't learn from the material and actually implement. So I've noticed that a lot of people now are doing consulting or more hand-holding, which actually allow people to get much higher results. Also, the hand-holding allows you to really charge a lot more for your prices and allows you to get just a higher quality of people. So I find that if you go that route, the consulting, the hand-holding, the mentorship with your info product, both hand in hand, and then add our software, that's like the trifecta of the perfect offer. So it just allows you to charge a much higher price. It allows people to get much better results because they'll have questions that you might not actually been able to answer at that point through your info product. And you can kind of see where the holes are in your program. So I think doing all of that has really helped us and a lot of other business owners online.
Yeah, I love that. And I love that approach as well. And that's what I'm taking is I've got an info product. You can buy it however many dollars, but you can also buy a done with you service or a done for you service. So you tell me what you want and you can choose any of those. Amazing. Yeah, I love it. Okay, so some fun questions like we did last year as well. Is there anything really quirky about you, or do you have like a ritual that you have to perform each day? Like, I don't know, putting your clothes out on the bed where you set them all out before you get dressed in the morning, or is there anything quirky about you?
I wouldn't say quirky. I'm pretty go with the flow. I typically don't set an alarm, but I usually wake up at like 5 to 8. Just depends on how I feel. I just get up when I want. I do my daily accelerator, which is something I took from Taylor Welch, his morning formula, which is pretty much a mixture of all the things that a lot of professional, very high, what is the word I'm looking for? Not high wealth individuals, but high performers, high achievers, and kind of mix that. And it's typically future pacing yourself as if you're currently doing the thing that you're wanting to do. So like, for instance, like my name is Brandon. I make $375,000 a year. We own now 14 rental units. We closed on our dream home and we have our first kid on the way. Like, that hasn't happened. I'm really close to that. But I mean, that's where you're future pacing. You do that every single day to kind of future pace yourself as if that was be normalized in your life. And then there's like daily affirmations. There's like a review section every Sunday. I typically write out like the things that I've done that I can learn from, that I actually have it on, I'll find it later. All the things that, like, my week in the last review, what have I pushed forward for my lead indicators? What have I actually achieved for that week? What were some wins? What were some things I learned from? What are some things I learned about other people that I like learned about other people in general? Some like a week in review in a sense. I do some meditation. I do some reflection and journaling and gratification. So all these things are kind of adding up, using almost like the compound effect with a slight edge. Very good book, by the way, if you guys haven't read The Slight Edge. Also, it's kind of taken from the morning formula. I think it's the morning formula.
The Miracle Morning.
Miracle Morning. Thank you. Yeah. So they have, I think it's called Steps, or they have something. What is it called?
It's in the Miracle Morning. It's Savers. I don't know.
Savers. That's what it is. Yeah, they have like I don't know, affirmations, visualizations,
visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing.
Right, scribing. So like he takes all those kind of things and adds it to his morning formula, or what I call my daily accelerator. So that would be like my only quirky thing in a sense. But it's just being consistent. Like you should, if you haven't read The Slight Edge, I just actually read it recently and it was an amazing book. It's something like you already know by the compound effect, but it's just a good reminder.
Nice. Love it. Yeah. And some more great tips there as well. So in 2021, 2020 has made people realize that actually you can't rely on a job. A lot of people have lost their jobs. Actually, a lot of people have lost businesses as well. Are you finding that people are looking for more opportunities and multiple streams of income? And so you've got something in there that can help them. Are you finding a spike in leads and new customers and new clients that are getting into the online space?
I mean, I see new people all the time. For our business, we've really changed the way we kind of do our business. We're not really focused on the end user. As you mentioned earlier, we do the white label, so we focus more on that. And then we have more referral websites that we use to generate leads for us to kind of allow us to upsell people really easily. So, I mean, we make sales every single day, like a lot of sales. And so the way we structured our business has and changed it over the course of the year has really helped us increase our profits dramatically. Plus being able to build up that recurring income. And it's funny because I always heard this concept called sell the thing to sell the thing. Or I'm sure you've heard of that, or maybe you haven't. But essentially, you're selling something, and on the back end, it's really the thing you want to sell.
Yeah.
And so we sell, for instance, our toolkit for Facebook, but that's not really what we're looking to sell. Like that's just to get people in the door. What we really sell is being able to white label our software or doing consulting, and that's where we really focus on. So if we can get more people to buy our toolkit, essentially based on those numbers, that should correlate to a higher percentage of what people are going to buy, which is our main product. So find things that you can sell that sell the thing that you want to sell.
Nice. And the other way I've heard that is sell the wow, not the how.
Right.
Yeah, the marketing is the wow, and then they buy into the how behind the back end. Love it.
Exactly.
Yeah, love it. What's the next one? Yeah, so have you picked any books up? Well, you just mentioned a couple actually, but in the last 12 months that you've thought I need to implement on that, or it's like a light bulb going off. So have you got a few that you've picked up over the last 12 months?
So I've read quite a bit. I read probably a book a month. So Socrates Selling is what I'm going through now. Or Socratic Selling, I think whoever Socrates, I think it's selling. I've read How to Be a Capitalist Without Any Capital, The Millionaire Next Door, The Consultant Next Door. What was the one I was just Scaling Up, which is a little bit further ahead of where we are. So that's more of a real business book for when you have employees and that sort of thing. We have some employees, but it's not like, well, I like lean businesses. I like taking my money and then investing into more income producing assets so I can be very small and not have to worry about employee taxes and all that other stuff. But that's a really great book if we decide to go into making tens of millions of dollars. While going to $1 million in the next year or so, I feel like for us, the way we structure our business, it's really not needed. But if you really want to make a huge impact and go from like 10 million to 100 million, then that book is definitely a good read because you will need employees. There's no way you can make that kind of business without employees because you need to leverage your time and you need to have leaders in your business that can do the thinking for you so that you can focus on higher up things. Anyways, that's a whole different topic, but definitely a good book. What else? I just bought up The Millionaire Mindset. Yeah. I feel like I had The Slight Edge I just read.
Yeah.
I'm sure I have some books around here. So yeah, all sorts of books that are really, really good.
Nice. And I'm trying to do exactly the same. I'm not a big reader in traditional format, but Audible. I went through 60 books last year and put them on 1.4 speed. And I've read Crushing It by Gary Vee like 5 times last year. So 65 different books, but some of those 2-3 times. So, you know, the amount of time I've spent listening, everything I do, literally like you with the headphones on, I'm out there. That's awesome. So the final question, it's flown by again because there's been so much value and I've had a blast. But what's the 2021 look like for your business? Is it much the same as 2020? Is the operating model the same, or are you changing things up, switching it up?
Yeah, so we definitely have changed it up over the year. We are definitely always changing. So when we first started, like I was saying earlier, we started with selling the end product to the end user. Now we've taken ourselves back just slightly, and we sell to more business owners online who want to add our product to their products. Just offer that one other piece to the puzzle that they're not able to do by hiring an expensive developer. They can just white label ours. So we've done that. Now we're doing some consulting. So I just signed a few consulting clients for $25,000 a year. So that's not too bad. We just sold a piece of our software and we kept it, but we were going to manage. So we're structuring deals now where we're creating software for people and taking equity. So we own part of their business. So just always finding ways to create passive income streams, own a small piece of a business as we manage so that we can keep our business small, but allow us to keep reinvesting our income into more income producing assets.
Do you know, I'm fascinated because it's a really innovative operating model that you're doing as well. It's not like traditional, you make a course, you sell the course, and or you do lives and do the course, etc., in the info space, and particularly with SaaS as well. It's like, hey, we've got this SaaS, you buy it and then you benefit from it. Well, you're putting some innovative spin on that. So, hey, do you want our software? You can buy it, but then did you know there's all of this stuff as well that you can do?
Right.
Incredible. Love it.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, there's so many different ways you can structure businesses and be creative. I think being in real estate, as you know, like you can start doing creative financing. And so I just took that model and I've played video games all through my life. So taking little pieces from video games, not in a sense of the games themselves, but their payment structures. I've taken a lot of different ideas from different people and learned how to implement them in my own business. So now we have a mastermind that's coming up. So we have people that are learning how to do our 3 pillars, pretty much starting out with increasing their cash flow, and then by the end, rolling it into income producing assets. So yeah, all sorts of fun stuff.
Nice. Love it. Thank you so much for your time. Where is the best place to reach you? If people want to reach out, where's the best place to find you?
They can reach me at The Money Friends. That's my website, themoneyfriends.com. And then you can definitely reach out to me on Facebook, Brandon Duff, BrandonDuff. Really easy to do. Yeah, just reach out to both of those. And you can definitely add me on the Facebooks.
Super excited to see what the next 12 months brings for you, Brandon.
I'm excited about next year when we do this interview again, because I want like this like highlight reel of like over the 5 years to kind of see the transition. So I'm really excited to see that.
I think I've lost 2 people already. I've been contacting them and they're not replying, and I'm like, okay. So anyway, that's always going to be the way when you've got 20 people. Not everybody's going to make it to the end. And, I might not make it to the end of 5 years, but I'll continue with the interview series. So, hey, that's the way of the world.
I know you will make it to the end. And I know that the next 5 years and the next 4 years, I guess, are going to be quite amazing.
Awesome. Thank you, Brandon. Take care and enjoy your weekend.
Thank you so much. Always a pleasure. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks. Take care.
Bye-bye.